Hey guys, GoodStuff.Lover here. Monday is now here, and this is the version 2 of the GoodStuff.Dek. If you haven't seen version 1, then this is a thing that I'm doing where I am making a deck, and it's going to have all loads of good cards thrown into the deck. So it's generic and pretty good all around, you know, able to play against most matchups pretty well by itself. After reading the comments from the previous version, which was version 1, so I've now produced version 2, which is going to have some changes, and I've listed it on the video here. I've basically the first one was just a draft to see what people thought of certain cards, and I got comments, you know, multiple comments saying certain cards in particular which I didn't like. So I thought I'd tally up which ones in particular were not liked that much, and I just took them out. And some people, especially a friend of mine, who did comment, he did suggest the plant engine. I personally didn't want to keep going near the plant engine because I still feel like they're not good enough yet. But in terms of comparing it to what was in their place before, they're pretty good, so might as well just put them in. And then if you guys don't actually like that engine in the deck, then feel free to take it out. You know, comment, just say you don't like it. So yeah, but I'm just going to go over the changes anyway. I'm not going to go through the whole deck again because you can see it right there. Okay, so the first one, what I've added, version 2, is Spore, 2 Debris Dragons, Lone Fire Dandelion, 1-for-1, Foolish Burial. That's the plant engine, you know, 1-for-1 and Foolish Burial are the spell cards of the engine. You've got to have those with it, otherwise it won't work. Yeah, so it's pretty good, and because of that, yeah, I have to take out some cards to fit in some of the synchro monsters that you need to have for the engine to work really well. Black Rose Dragon, obviously you can do Debris and Dandelion to plus off the field. Formula Synchron, Gungnir. Gungnir is for Debris Dragon and Snowman Eater. So you can discard Spore or discard Dandelion or whatever, or discard that light that you need for BLS and so on. So Gungnir is a good choice. Iron Chain Dragon, TG Hyper Librarian. Of course you're going to have that now that it's getting reprinted, even though it wasn't that much anyway. But really good for synchroing. You know, you do Formula Synchron and then you still do Hyper Librarian, draw 2, set up for Black Rose Dragon and so on. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just mainly this plant stuff. I mean, I also added for 1 Forbidden Lance because a guy who commented, he suggested to play with no traps, no traps, and 3 Forbidden Lance and 3 Forbidden Chalice. And I did say that was a cool idea, but at the same time, I thought 3 Chalice was a little bit much, and I thought that traps are really good. People are not playing traps done, and D prisons are really, really good at the moment, dealing with Thunder King Ryo and so on. So what I've taken out is the GK Spy engine. I was going to have Gravekeeper's Guard with it, but everyone who saw that thought that Gravekeeper's Spy was a bit slow. I did case my point saying that Gravekeeper's Spy could be used to basically flips up, summons another one, then you can exceed without actually normal summoning or committing any more cards in your hand to the field, so your opponent will have to get rid of it without you losing any advantage. So I thought that was a good idea, but a lot of people didn't like it, and I thought it was a bit slow. You're just going to get your ass handed to you, so that's fine. I personally love Silver Sentinel, although I'm a bit biased because I do play heroes. So it's kind of like I took it out because a lot of people were giving it a bit of stick, saying that it's just not as good as people thought it was going to be. But if I was playing this deck properly, I probably would include them because I just like how you can make Zen mains and then you can set Sentinel and it will MST it because it'll be the only card in your back row, and it just pluses like hell. And it allows you to open up loads of different rank 3s. You know, you can go into rank 3s that need 3 level 4s like Shockmaster, stuff like that. So I took out the Light Swan engine, the milling engine, which was kind of not really necessary in this deck because this deck just works off the hand. It doesn't need stuff in the graveyard. I mean, the plant engine doesn't mind the grave, but apart from that, it's not really much else. So it's not really worth the time. There's still enough light and dark targets for BLS though, which is good. And I took out Utopia Ray, Leviair, and Gemini Pearl. I took out Utopia Ray because of space issues. I took out Leviair because the only thing that's going to get banished is something that's going to be destroyed by Bottomless, but if I'm running 2 within Lance, that shouldn't happen as often as it should. And if I remove for BLS, but just a little bit silly because it's just not going to happen. So I took out Leviair, although it does allow me to banish, does let me get my opponent's banished monsters. So I could put it in the 15th slot on my extra deck, but I left that one extra slot because I want people to comment. Do comment down below, and tell me what that 15th card should be and why, because in terms of how the deck's going right now. Obviously do comment, you know, changes to the main deck as well, and if you can feel like you can take it a certain direction and then you can add an extra deck card to custom this new direction, that would be really great as well, because it sounds really insightful. So yeah. And I took out Gemini Pearl because of Spacious Ooze, and Utopia overall does a much better job, but I did keep in My Stroke, Papillo Imperative and Utopia as my rank 4s, because they all seem to have a specific niche, and I still do not like Spirit Reaper, so that's why I'm running that over Gemini Pearl. So yeah, that's pretty much my video. My next one will be version 3. Please do comment down below. If you haven't seen version 1, I will put a link to it on the top left corner of this video. It should be here in this little box. I'll make a green box. Do click that and see the first version so you can see how it's changing over time. If you have a certain bias for a certain card, then you know it would really help me if you did say that you had a biased opinion on a card, rather than trying to push a card forward that's just going to get you hated by everyone else on the comments. So you know, I'm just trying to save you the embarrassment. So yeah, but yeah, please do comment. Love to see your input. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, Thetcglover out.